Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my Sampler Platter. What's my Sampler Platter, folks? Well, aside from, it being a series of videos that I do where I go over there and I talk about food and drink items and such, I'm also doing it today with paint and stuff on my hands, because I was at work. And now I'm not at work, and I'm in my truck, and if you watch any of these videos, then hey, if I'm in my truck, then that means I found something on my way home, or, on my break or something like that, and I decided, I'm just going to do a review out in the truck, because, I'm going to be honest with you folks, there's days when you get home, and you just sit in the truck for a while. Oh, today is one of those days. So, while I'm sitting in the truck, I might as well go over there and do a few reviews, because that's the format of the show, I guess. It's my show. I do what I want with it. So, hey, go with it, folks, or don't. I ain't getting paid for this. I'm paying money into this, so. Anyway, folks, I'm a little bit wacky today. My night was a little bit weird, so. But anyway, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, boom! We've got zero sugar A&W root beer. Yes, indeed, folks, a little while back, I did zero sugar Dr. Pepper, which, by the way, watch that video. But, I got crappy freaking paint dust in my eye. I'm a mess, folks. But yes, in that video, I had remarked to the fact that I was surprised that it took Dr. Pepper so long to get a zero sugar, version of their drink. And I do like the fact that even they're acknowledging, with their tagline for it, it's basically, better late than never. So, I called it. I'm just saying maybe their advertising people owe me, a few $1 million or something like that, because, I clearly saved the company and the entire legacy of Dr. Pepper with my review. But anyway, we'll hash that shit out later on down the line. So yeah, folks, now we've got zero sugar A&W. I don't know if this has been around. I don't recall ever having seen it up until very, very recently, and I've only found it at one location, so my guess is maybe it's a new thing. Sure, I don't know why it's a thing. Are they owned by Dr. Pepper? Let's see. I think A&W is its own company. Oh. There we go, folks. Produced under the authority of Dr. Pepper / 7-Up Inc. Well, I just answered my own stupid question. Only thing I'm surprised with is with, with the Dr. Pepper, the zero sugar one, I think on the bottle it's got, new. This one doesn't, but whatever. So, I guess the folks over at Dr. Pepper / 7-Up, they're just getting all the zero sugar stuff out of the way. They're working on it in their factories, doing all their stuff, and they're like, fuck it, man. Let's hit it all up. So look out for the rest of their products being zero sugar. Anyway, yeah, folks, I love root beer. Root beer is one of my very favorite drinks in the entire world. I adore it. Now that said, two caveats here. Number one, A&W, although I'm perfectly fine with it, and I do enjoy it every once in a while, it's kind of the thing that hits the spot. It's probably my least favorite commercial root beer, just because it's perfectly fine, but there's not a lot to it. It's the root beer, and then, it's got, the kind of, the vanilla-ish to go along with it. It's a smooth drink. I completely understand why it's as popular as it is, because it, reaches the most taste buds. It's pretty inoffensive. But for me, if I'm going to do a commercial root beer, I'm probably going to do Barks. Dad's, if it's available, absolutely. That would be my preference. But Barks would definitely be my preferred over A&W. But, again, I don't actively dislike A&W or anything. It's just not my favorite. The other thing is, as I stated in my Dr. Pepper thing, zero sugar stuff. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, I'm just saying, So, I'm going to give it a shot, though. I'm going to tell you what I think. Hopefully it won't explode on me. Don't explode on me. would be the way that my freaking day's been going, though. Tens times, folks, tens times. We're good, we're good. So, I mean, at the very least, it's going to be, like, I have to imagine it's going to be at least passable. It's just a question of, you know, what I'm going to take away from it. Yeah, let's do it. It helps that I'm super thirsty right now. Excuse me. And again. All right. This is an interesting development. Alright, well, here's the thing, folks. In a weird way, which is the best way, let's be honest, normal way sucks. In a weird way, I kind of prefer the taste of this, I think, to normal A&W. And allow me to elaborate. I mean, it doesn't, you know, I mean, I guess technically you could go over there and turn off the video, but there's nothing to stop you, or stop me from elaborating, but I'm going to be polite and ask anyway. Even though I'm going to do it regardless of your permission. So here's the thing. Probably my biggest grievance, you know, quote unquote, with A&W as a root beer is that it's too sweet. There's no way for it to not sound a little bit derogatory, and I don't mean it to be, because again, I don't dislike A&W, I cannot stress that enough. It's kind of a kiddie root beer for me. It gets the job done, but there's just, you're really not getting like a really solid root beer flavor, in my opinion. With the no sugar, what you're getting a lot more of is actual root beer flavor, like what a root beer should taste like. And like an actual root beer should have sort of an earthy bite to it. Like, I mean, it's, you know, literally called root beer, you know, it's, I mean, granted, I'm sure the freaking ingredients are, I mean, I know it used to be flavored with something called sassafras, which is just a fun word to say. But then it was like a whole thing, because like it might have caused cancer, but then like, I think like Coca-Cola did the study on it or whatever, so, you know, it's kind of like, eh. But, and I think some things actually do use sassafras now too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like, you know, I'm sure it's flavored with just chemicals and all the stuff, but it genuinely, to me, it tastes more like a root beer and less like a kiddie drink. And I like that. The only downside to it is that when you get to the end of it, right when you get to like the real bite that comes from a good root beer, something that kicks you right in the back of your throat, right when you get to that, you get an inkling of it. And then it becomes the zero sugar taste. And for anybody who's had zero sugar drinks, you know what I'm talking about. Zero sugar stuff always has, you know, it has a little bit of an aftertaste. Not even an aftertaste, just an ending taste. And that's kind of what you get. So it's weird because it's like, as an overall taste experience, I probably genuinely enjoy it more than normal A&W, but I'm not saying that it's better than A&W. It really depends on what you're looking for. If you're a big fan of A&W, then, this probably, if you're looking for a zero sugar alternative, you could do far worse than this. But, if you're a big fan of, that sweetness that comes with A&W, this might not be your thing. But for someone like me, who I prefer more of an earthy root beer where, I can, taste, it just had, like, root beer, for me, like, it's a rough drink, and that's kind of what I like about it. It's one of the things I like about it. Technically I could go over there and grind up some Hornets and drink that, and I'm sure that would be a rough drink, and I don't think it would be a very pleasant thing. But, as a thing, like, by itself, I like root beer because it is more hearty, and, it has, like, a cool depth of flavor to it, in my opinion. Again, with A&W, they kind of, take a lot of that away by just, having it be so sweet. Same kind of thing with Mug, but it's a different kind of sweetness. And actually, Mug was my favorite root beer growing up. Brandon Wenzel, fun fact. Up until I was probably around like 20 or so, 19 or so, something like that. And I was like, went to other root beers after that. I still like Mug too, it's fine. But, yeah, that's the thing. It's, for me, like I said, it probably hits more of the root beer notes that I actually enjoy than, again, say A&W. So the weird thing is like, on the one hand, as a root beer, I would probably reach for this over an A&W. But if I was in one of those moods where I really wanted an A&W, the A&W Classic is what I would go for. So, man, I have to give them credit. I don't know if that's what they were going for when they, concocted the zero sugar A&W, if they specifically knew what they wanted out of the flavor profile that they were creating, or if it was just a happy accident, or what. But, for me, they've really kind of created two distinct drinks. And while it does have the downside of having that sort of zero sugar taste come in at the end, and, not having quite the bite, again, like Barks or something like that, because it just doesn't quite reach that crescendo of root beer flavor, it is, like I said, it's a good drink. I can genuinely get down with this. Like I said, it wouldn't replace, my standbys or anything, but if I were to specifically go like the zero sugar route for my sodas, I could definitely see this being one that I got on the regular. So I have to, like I said, I have to give him credit for it. I didn't know what to expect going in to an A&W zero sugar, but I didn't expect that. And what I got was quite delightful for me. Would I recommend it? I kind of already went over that, but yeah, I absolutely would. Like I said, it's going to tremendously depend, though, on what you're looking to get out of it. If you're a root beer person, such as myself, root beerites, as we identify ourselves as, that's what I'm going with right now. This might be more to your taking, or more to your palate. But if you're like a big fan of that A&W Classic flavor, I don't know. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but I get the feeling this probably wouldn't be quite your jam. But I do think that regardless, even if you are, of that A&W persuasion, this certainly, is a drink that you could just drink and enjoy. Because it's, like I said, it's good. So, hooray! That went better than I expected, given the way that my night went. So, anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign off here. Good 5 things for me oh so quickly. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, and if you could go over there and have yourself a zero sugar A&W rest of your life, that would be rather spiffy with me. Final 2 things, folks, before I get to go. If you could, excuse me, I'm all burpy. Could. Oh, that one had some stuff to it. Oh, good. By the way, I'm just gonna apologize. Sorry, I'm just a gross, awful, terrible person. There's so many better people who do this than me, who aren't just grody and terrible. But you know, I don't know how to end that sentence. But anyway, folks, if we could try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is always appreciated, though, I promise, even if it doesn't always feel like it. But if can't, sometimes can't. I know I can't all the time. Could try not to be an asshole. It's kind of the minimum bar we can set for ourselves as a species, I like to think. You know. And then the final thing, folks, if you could do the thing for me, whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to do. Maybe you want to go out and you're going to come out with zero sugar, I don't know. What's a drink that you'd never think would be zero sugar? Zero sugar! My brain isn't... Normally I come up with fun analogies, but... Oh man, this is not going to be one of my best videos. Sorry! Zero sugar big red soda. Sure, why the hell not? Let's go with that. That thing's loaded with sugar and caffeine. And you're going to do that, and you're going to come up with, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be even better than the original stuff. It'd be hard to do, I like it personally. And, you know, and then, like I said, you make the billions. Maybe you give Brandon like $1 million, you know, pay off his mortgage, set some stuff up for his mom, you know, things like that. You say, I'm an okay guy. Anyway, folks, whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to do. Just go out and do something positive, something cool in your life. Anyway, folks, it's going to be it for me. Bye.